Are you aware of any mistakes that have been made by law enforcement taking action because of possibly a misread?
Absolutely. We've had incidents where, people have seen an alert, they haven't confirmed the plate, they've taken action, and it was the wrong car.
Well, crime-fighting technology causing some officers to make mistakes. License plate readers are an effective way to capture crooks and crack cases, but some misreads, glitches, and human errors have led to wrongful detentions and potentially costly lawsuits.
2 Investigates' Brooks Sharose looks at the effects on community safety and your rights. Brooks.
Well, license plate readers are everywhere, and they're constantly scanning and looking for those hot list matches. Still, officers are supposed to call in and verify plates with their own eyes before ever taking action. Thanksgiving weekend along I-80 in Contra Costa County. Brian Hofer and his younger brother were heading home to Oakland in a rental car.
Contra Costa Sheriff's deputy pulled behind me and flashed his lights. I pulled over into this parking lot. It quickly got weird.
He says cruisers surrounded them in this shopping center. Deputies with their guns drawn ordered them out of the car.
At that point, we're totally ignorant and blind of what's going on. We just know that we've been detained, we've got guns pointed at us, and we're in handcuffs.
What they didn't know then was that a license plate reader scanned and flagged the rental car as stolen.
That's something that it's been doing for years and very effectively.
Mike Senna knows all about the technology. He runs the Northern California Regional Intelligence Center. Cities up and down the state turn over license plate reader information, and it's shared in a police-accessible database.
They're able to find bad guys that we couldn't have connected to crimes previously.
The readers are costly, about $20,000 each, and more departments are using them. Fremont spent $300,000. Officers say they had close to 100 successes in 6 months, including a murder case at this hotel and tracking down an arsonist at Costco.
Flight 2018, you have 4-door.
But in Contra Costa County, Hofer says deputies left them in the dark and feels his rights were violated.
They're just pulling guns and going cowboy on us, and it's a pretty terrifying position to be in.
Pulling guns is standard procedure on a stolen vehicle. Still, Hofer is now suing the Contra Costa Sheriff's Office for unlawfully detaining them.
Didn't check my ID, didn't say, hey, what are you guys doing? What's your name?
Hofer claims they searched his car without a warrant and used excessive force on his brother.
They just shoved him to his knees, put a gun at his head, and shoved him down on his face.
And you're watching all this from the back of a cruiser?
I'm right here. I'm in a police vehicle at the window, just sitting here watching him.
Deputies don't wear body cameras or have cruiser dash cams, but the Contra Costa Sheriff says deputies followed procedure and acted appropriately. And once it was confirmed the driver was not a suspect, he was released. The irony is Hofer has worked the last decade defending citizens' right to privacy. He's created tighter oversight over surveillance technology as chair of Oakland's Privacy Advisory Commission.
We absolutely cannot rely solely on technology. There has to be human oversight. There has to be transparency. We have to examine the data to make sure its accuracy.
But those license plate readers aren't always accurate. 90% of the time, they're spot on. Still, state statistics show at least 1 in 10 scans is a misread.
Imagine if we did not have this video.
Piedmont is another city that touts its use of cameras and license plate readers to crack cases. There are plans to outfit 5 more intersections.
I think the more technology that's available to help us and the more relationships we have with our surrounding law enforcement partners, the greater ability we have on a regional level to fight crime.
But even the captain admits mistakes can happen. Crooks swapped plates on a car, causing another innocent person being held at gunpoint. It comes down to police verifying and doing old-fashioned detective work. Piedmont is the only department in the Bay Area to audit itself and publicly post results. Out of 7,500 hits in a year, 39 cars were recovered and 28 arrests made. Do you believe right now we're just doing mass surveillance?
No, not at all.
Senna says despite concerns, no personal information is collected when license plates are scanned. And information gathered is not allowed to be shared with Immigration Customs Enforcement. He says if any officer abuses the technology, they'll be banned from the database and punished.
We have to be able to work in an environment where people trust what we do and that we're doing this the right way.
That may be a tough sell to privacy advocates, especially if police become reliant on the hits they get.
this happens more frequently than it should be, that they're not ensuring the accuracy of their data, and people's lives are quite literally at risk.
Police departments are not required to share license plate reader information with the state. Berkeley, for example, has opted out and mainly uses its license plate readers to keep a handle on parking violations. In recent months, Alameda County Sheriff's Office, Benicia Police, and others have announced adding more readers to their cruisers.
So, Brooks, you know, some people may argue that this technology is a good thing. It really does help. But how intrusive are these license plate readers?
Well, there is no doubt that these cameras are solving crimes. The concern is how long they keep those random scans in their computer system or how accessible it is to the public. For example, we as investigative reporters in 2 Investigates have a subscription service where we can actually track cars, even our station vehicles, and see them in different places based on those license plate scans. We just found out this week that they are going to discontinue that service for us. So that may be seen as kind of a win for privacy advocates who are concerned that that information would fall in the wrong hands.
All right. Brooks Ferros, thank you so much for that report.
Thanks, Brooks.